Hey guys, I'm back with another video of book reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Goal. No, not that Goal. Goal as in the book Goal, this one. And it's actually based off a movie with the same name, Goal, The Dream Begins. And it's actually quite different from other books in the sense that it's based off a movie rather than usual movies being based off books. It's actually revolving around a Mexican guy who has illegally immigrated with his family, which is his grandmother, his brother, and his dad, into the US. And now he's trying to achieve his dream of being a very famous footballer, and of course, trying to be famous with his fan, trying to go into a good club, and of course, enjoy football as it is. Now, I would like to discuss the characters in the book. So, of course, we have Santiago Muñez, the person on the cover of the book, and he lives in Los Angeles in the United States with his dad, his brother, and his grandmother. And his grandmother actually turns out to be a very important character in the book, as she is the one who is always there to encourage him. And whenever he loses his hope, his grandmother will always turn up and lecture him about what his dad hoped for, what she herself hoped for him. Now, something I would like to spoil right now is you will see Rose, the club nurse, as a very irrelevant character at the starting, but she turns out to be Santiago Muñez's love later in the book, which means she's very important as for him to stay in the United Kingdom while he's playing there, as he moved from the United States to the United Kingdom to play. We also have Gavin Harris, a very famous player in Santiago's club, Newcastle United, which for those who don't know, is a club in the English League of Football. We also have Eric Dornholm, the club manager. So yeah, these are the characters that I found important, and those you need to focus on and what they say and how they behave. Something I really liked in the book was the way the characters seem realistic. Their behavior and their quotes seem very relatable to the fact that they are from a specific background, are from a specific place, and that is very nicely put together. Credits to the author, as usually sometimes you would read a book and say, why are the characters behaving so similar? And the reason to that is the author's personality is sometimes reflected in the character, even though the author might not try to do that. Which is a very good thing. And I would actually reason that with the fact that the book is actually an abridged version of the movie. And so every character's speech must have been thought through more than just one author writing the entire story. Now I would like to discuss how the story develops. And I would say it's very calm and easy to understand, except for a few parts where you won't really get why that is happening or where exactly it's happening. But if you spend time on that and kind of think it through, you'll realize, okay, it's happening over there and that's where it's happening and why. Secondly, the setting and what exactly is happening around and where it's happening could have been defined better. And not saying it's bad or anything, but if we get to know more about where the place is, maybe we can understand the story more. Or maybe it adds on to the excitement we're having while reading the book. I would also like to add on to that is you will need to have a bit of knowledge of Spanish language. I had help from my friends who know Spanish because there are a few Spanish words every now and then. So of course you can translate that online, but yeah, kind of could have been better if we didn't really have that because it's a book. The author could have changed it into English. But those Spanish words actually add on to the quote that Santiago says, and you'll get a good, really strong feeling that you're actually at the place where this is happening. Now, to wrap things up, I'd like to discuss the good things about the book and the bad things. So, the bad things about the book that I didn't like was too much use of foreign language words. It kind of stops the flow in the reading, and you have to think about the word and what the author really meant. 2, explanation of the characters could be done, And what I mean by that is maybe we could have more knowledge about the character's background or why exactly they think like that. Three would be the explanation of where the people are and explaining their surrounding, which basically means more explanation of the setting. And four would be where everything is happening. There are parts of the book where you have to fill in the blanks for yourself and think, oh, it's probably happening over here. Oh, it's probably happening over there. Now, the good things would be one, the characters. They're well thought through, and there are hardly any characters which will make you think that, wait, why was he or she even there if they're not being used or stated a lot in the book? Two, very nicely planned, as in where what happens, and it's actually really well flowing, and you will enjoy reading it because of the planning of the books. Three would be how every part of the book keeps on adding to a suspense. The climax is actually very late into the book, which is kind of abnormal comparing to other books. And that's probably it for this book review. I'll be back for some other day with some other book reviews.